Hey Dr. B, do people with autism ever get addicted?
Great question. On the surface of it, we don't think of them as sharing any kind of common symptoms. There doesn't seem to be much comorbidity with them. As it turns out, autism does have quite a bit of higher comorbidity with multiple mental health issues. Interestingly, they are starting to find out that certain neural circuits and neuromodulatory pathways are shared with autism and the reward circuitry of addiction.
Dopamine farming may involve excessive exercise, social media usage, video gaming, impulse buying, compulsive collecting, binge eating, body-focused repetitive behaviors, workaholism, and risky activities. Reward deficiency syndrome refers to some people who experience a dysfunction in the part of the brain that's responsible for manufacturing dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that's responsible for a sense of reward, for motivation, and it feeds directly into what is called executive functions. If we are chronically depleted of dopamine, we may struggle with executive functions like organizing ourselves, planning, managing time, regulating our emotions, and executive dysfunction is a key component of ADHD, and some argue autism as well.
For today's autism video, we'll talk about the social aspect of money and the potential dangers of impulse buying.
So how does money affect us socially? Just think back to your childhood when there was this toy or video game that you really wanted, but you couldn't get it because you had no cash on you. During those times, whether or not you got what you wanted was most likely left at the mercy of your parents, your lords, your rulers, your masters, to whom you must answer every beck and call.
I told you to buy the figure. Why don't you listen to me?
And so it's understandable that when you're given money, either from weekly chores or from a paycheck, you feel this sense of power, of independence, like you could do whatever you want and no one can tell you otherwise.
However, it's important not to let all that power go to your head. For if you spend all that money, then you're not gonna have it for when it really matters, such as car payments, bills on the house, and any potential IOUs you may have.
Couple that with the fact with money. You know, these guys are putting all this time and effort into this fucking thing. And what do they get? Gugats. That's what they got. This is what burns me, okay? We start showing up to your house and what do we see? The guy starts buying figurines, starts buying all this ridiculous shit that there's no need to buy. Then we show up to his house one day, and what does he have in the fucking driveway? A BMW. So how the fuck do you think I feel, and how do you think these guys feel after the fact? Is there anything, you know, do you not understand how this burns people? When they put all their freaking hard work into this and you're making all the money and the glory and none of us ain't making shit?
Okay, so number 2 is lack of consequence awareness. That sounds a bit of a mouthful, doesn't it? But what this means is, you know, autistic people may have, you know, the idea of consequence. Let's break it down like this. So the idea of consequence from spending money may be difficult for people who are autistic because the idea of if you spend money, then you can get this. But if you spend money, you can't get this, you know? Kind of like prioritizing money. And this could be a huge issue and could cause major problems.
Speaking of which, hey Thomas, how are you doing on yours?
Well, I can't really answer that right now because I mean, after all, money's been very tight for all of us lately, right?
I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill.
And one of the biggest obstacles that you're going to face in this plan, or spending in general, is a little something called impulse buying.
Impulse buying is the buying of goods without planning to do so in advance as a result of a sudden whim or impulse. Every now and then it's okay, but left unchecked, impulse buying can lead to some serious financial and at times emotional problems. Unfortunately, most big companies love taking advantage of impulse buying with limited edition items, special deals, or maybe some ultra rare get item that you can only get by spending a lot of money on random chance or loot boxes, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get it. Here's the thing though. What companies don't take into account for this is how impulse buying affects the customers. For some people, they might feel the need to have this ultra rare item or special deal, and that having it would help them feel good about themselves. But in worse situations, they can feel more anxiety along with difficulty controlling their emotions, and find themselves in huge debt while experiencing even less happiness. While this person thankfully didn't go that far, there is a certain someone who actually had some bad experience with impulse buying.
Hi guys, King Janet here. Welcome to a little video I decided to make relating to DSP's history with credit cards and his dumbass mistakes with them over the years. Even though he swore to people the best thing to do would be to avoid credit cards at all costs, he ended up going back to credit cards and accruing so much debt that he had to declare bankruptcy.
Been unemployed, I could have been searching desperately for a job to make payments on this condo and keep it, because remember, I just got this condo in 2009, and then getting laid off only a year and a half later, it completely blindsided me, and I could have been basically kicked out on the street because I couldn't afford to pay my mortgage. But being able to successfully do this and be in a good place financially, let me tell you, right now, I am so happy. And the reason that I'm talking a lot in my videos about the possibility of next year maybe moving to a bigger place is because I have found a way to pay off most, if not all, of my credit card debt. I was at a point when I was younger where, unfortunately, due to things that happened in my life, like for example, after I got out of college, I moved out of my parents' house and moved to another town in Connecticut for a job. And that job only lasted about a year, and then I lost that job. And I was in dire straits. I needed to pay bills. I needed to pay for things, and I didn't have any money. And it was basically credit cards that I fell back upon, which is probably one of the worst things I ever did to myself. But I put myself in dire financial straits for a long-ass time. And even throughout the years afterwards, later on, when I moved back in with my parents to save money, and then I got my job that I held for almost 5 years, that desk job that I talk about all the time, which I was laid off from in 2010, and I built myself back up to a point where, I had some financial security, but not a lot, but enough that I was able to get this condo. And then, now that I've been on YouTube, I've been making enough money that I have basically paid off almost all of my credit card debt.
A couple of years later, he addresses something on his Ask the King, and he basically kind of reiterates the same kind of point: avoid credit cards.
All right, 2 more questions and we're out of here. This one's from Wesley. He says, Phil, me being a college student who's graduating in about 1.5 years from now, the debt that I have amassed from student loans is already astronomical and is definitely going to go up more. I'm definitely prepared to have to pay them off, but I have no clue how I'm going to do so on a regular basis after I graduate until I get a stable job in my career field, or how long that it's actually going to take, since I plan on moving in with my girlfriend after I graduate. My question is, how were you able to pay off all of your loans from college efficiently? What advice would you give for me paying it off while paying other bills efficiently and on time so I wouldn't become overwhelmed? Listen, being an adult sucks for a lot of reasons. A lot of great reasons to be an adult, and wow, I couldn't wait to be an adult. This is one of the things that sucks. Keeping track of your bills on a monthly basis, making sure that you're paying them on a monthly basis, not racking up the wrong kind of debt so that you end up not being able to pay your other bills. The good news is about your student loans is that most student loans are at a lower interest rate, especially lower than, say, a credit card.
So we're going to skip forward a few years, right, to 2018, and there's 2 parts to this. This is the first part.
So, rather than really get you all inundated with all the fucking annoying details, by the end of the day, all right, I owed the state over $5,000. I owed my tax attorney over $5,000 for the work that he had done to fix all of this. And basically, I had no money to do it. So all of that money that was phantom money that I didn't have got charged to my credit cards and completely and utterly maxed out. Any remaining credit that I had was maxed, getting rid of this state taxes issue. Now, the good news is I'm now in line with what I need to do for my state taxes. It's not a lot of work for my tax attorney to file them every year. It should be a very minimal charge for him to do it. I know what I'm going to owe around the end of the year. I should be able to afford it. And I think state taxes from now on, I'm good. But the cleanup job of doing this cost me over $10,000 that I didn't have and went to credit cards, which I shouldn't have maxed out, but I had to. I had no other way to pay this. Okay? So that's one thing going on behind the scenes here that sucked. Now, this all basically was paid as of June this year. What I was hoping was, man, now I need to start working on my taxes for federal, because I owe the federal government taxes. I'm self-employed. They tax you, and they're going to want me to pay, them, what I owe them every year for my federal taxes. But I had just literally overextended myself to get rid of this state tax issue. I paid off the taxes. I paid the attorney. I paid everyone with credit cards. And now I had no money at all. Nothing. No credit, nothing to pay anything else. Oh, I can't sell the house because I can't afford it. I can't move because I can't afford it. I can't refinance because it looks like they won't let me without 2 years of tax return history. I don't know if I can get loans enough to pay the taxes. I can't go rely on my parents. What the fuck do I do? And it's just cascading shit.
I think the next thing we have here is this little thing here. Talk about a tip. And he was sent in as well about more credit card debts towards September, 17th September 2019. It's just a short little clip of a tip he was reading out.
Someone just tipped me $5, said, I'm finally debt-free after being in debt for 12 years. Do not give up. You'll get there eventually. I even got rid of all my credit cards. I'm just using debit, MasterCard, and Visa debit. I mean, ideally, that's what I would want. I need to basically get to a position where I don't need that stuff anymore. And there's ways to go about it, and I'm, eventually I'm going to have to figure out something, because basically just trying to pay everything on a monthly basis doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't. I'm in a situation where drastic action has to take place of some sort, and we got to see what that's going to be. But congratulations on getting out of your debt, and thank you for the tips, guys.
He'll point out in the next video where he's like, since basically summer and fall of 2019, I've been considering bankruptcy. And yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, I've got this little clip here actually. This another state stream thing. This was his video where he basically admitted to everyone, there's a bankruptcy kind of going on. I think this was when the foreclosure leaks happened. Guys on Kiwi Farms seen documents that were public, documents available online of DSP was being foreclosed on, and it kind of started the whole bankruptcy saga. So yeah, this is Phil responding to that essentially.
Because there's nothing we can do about it. You have to do it. You have to make a change. And you shouldn't be embarrassed when in life you're defeated in a certain way and you have to make some kind of a change in order to fix it. Because this is a big loss for me, a big fail for me, that I have to do something now that I don't want to do. I never wanted to do in my life, but I have to. So during that whole summer and early fall, I started looking into options and considering various things. I talked to various people, and there were a couple different options that I could have taken. But basically, eventually, I sat down and I saw a lawyer and talked to the lawyer, and the lawyer said, you know, with your situation, you know, there's really no way out besides declaring bankruptcy. He's like, looking at your income is inconsistent but good. Like, my income's always been good. The problem is the debts are getting worse because these are all revolving debts. These are credit card debts that are getting bigger and bigger every year because I can't pay them down. You know, it's just getting worse and worse every moment. As soon as the bank formally filed for the foreclosure on me for this property in Connecticut, immediately the trolls find it and post it all over the internet, right? It was like the day of. It wasn't even like a delay. So these idiots literally sit there refresh to find this information.
I was trying to do a series of things, of dumb DSP things that he's done in his life, you know, and the first kind of thing that was in my mind was his dumbass thing was credit cards. But it's just funny how the credit card stuff led to the bankruptcy, and the bankruptcy led to microtransaction stuff being revealed, and microtransaction stuff revealing on the bank leaks and everything else. It's all linked. It's like some kind of strange Marvel plot twist. It's all interconnected. I want to kind of show the bankruptcy credit card debts that he had accrued. This is what he managed to get wrote off. He owed the IRS $15,000. Okay, actually, I haven't done this video, a bit strange. Oh, here we go. American Express. This is the first one here. Debtor 1, Philip P. Burnell. The P stands for Paul, or PP. So yeah, $1,128 on an American Express card. Another American Express, second American Express card, $6,422. Bank of America, $26,038. What else have we got? BMW Bank of North America, $2,741. Capital One, $10,751. Chase, $14,100. There's more. Citi, $8,508. Citi again, $13,885. Jesus Christ. Citi one more time, $15,601.74. But wait, there's more. Discover Financial Services, $10,053 exactly. And then Lending Club Corporation, $9,397. Good God, man. Oh wait, there's one more. I forgot about the one more. Prosper Marketplace Inc., $4,355. I think that's them all. Jeez, oh yeah, I was wrong. God damn it, there's more. Like, is that Sam's car or something like that? I don't know. It's fucking $3,819 from fucking Sam's. Sweet zombie, Jesus. Ah, Christ, man. You can see it's just so fucking much to this. There's just so much. There's another one, fucking 14 US Bank, $4,751.54. It just never fucking ends. It really never ends. I say that and it's the last one. But yeah. So he had $15,000 and money he'd owed to the government. Okay? And on top of that, he had $131,550 he owed to, well, all the credit card companies essentially.
I've gone down from the rafters. Okay.
But look at everything. Look at everything shown here. Look at all these microtransactions. Remember, Phil says these are all business expenses. So Nancy's seen this, right? Nancy in this bankruptcy court seen the bank, these same bank statements. She's seen, maybe not these exact dates because she's also got things from like maybe 2019 or whatever, but she was seeing very similar things on her fucking end, looking at the transactions.
Since I knew this was coming, I was always planning to fess up to the WWE Champions account when I was live reacting to your documentary. I knew you were going to cover it so in depth that there was no way I was going to be able to, like, you know, lie about it and weasel my way out of it. You were going to pin me to the wall on that, right?
Kind of like an open secret where everyone knew that you were that account. my personal belief was you were always like, down from the rafters.
It is WWE Champions time, and tonight, for the first time ever, live on this channel, we are pulling for all the Hogan. Animation, what is it? Oh, we're getting a character. 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 6-star? What? I got a 6-star character on the first pull. And it's a Steiner brother, and that's a good character. He's pretty good. Seven pulls left. Stupid currency. 6 pulls left. Come on, brother. Oh, yeah. It's a Stone Cold Vest. 5 left. Here we go. Give me his 5-star gold. It is a 5-star gold. Who is it? 5-star gold. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, yeah. We did it. All you Hulkamaniacs out there, all you Philomaniacs, we did it. We pulled our first Hogan live on stream. Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Yes. Yes, we did it, brother. We did it. Folks, we did it. We pulled our first Hogan. Let's get some likes. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some memberships. Let's get some tips. Let's get a big celebration going for our first Hogan ever here tonight on the WWE Champion stream, brother. Come on, brother. Arrow Squirrel just gifted 5 memberships to the community. Congrats to Boba Jet X, Tips to Wear Soap, Stephen Higgins, 1 to Cash, and MyMonk91. Congratulations to all of you. Let's get some more going. Come on. Let's get it going right here tonight. We got our first Hogan ever. 5-star gold Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Holy shit.